Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. Today we are going through Dr. Frost Learning Paper 3. And my plan for us over the next few days is we'll have a look at Bennett Maths predicted paper as well as Hannah Kettle. So I've got this plan for the weekend. So hopefully you will join me with the live sessions if we can squeeze them in. Just to go through some of the disclaimers, these are generated by Dr. Frost based on what's happened in predicted paper on paper 1 and paper 2. So these are just predictions. Does not mean they will appear, and this is just for revision purposes. So just the disclaimer. Let's get, and you can get a copy of this in the description of the video. So you can also, once the session is over, you can mark the work by yourself. All right, let's get cracking. Here is question 1. Off you go. Question 1 says, calculate the reciprocal of minus 0.07 correct to 1 decimal place. So we've got a few things here. We've got reciprocal. What does reciprocal mean? Of minus 0.07, and we need it to be 1 decimal place. So reciprocal means if we have a fraction, let's say 2/3, reciprocal is when the fraction we flip them over, so to speak. So that's the reciprocal. So step 1 is we do that, reciprocal, and then step 2 is we make sure we are rounding it to 1 decimal place. So those are the two things. So we've got 1 all over minus 0.07, and we put this into our calculator. One over minus 0.07, and we get 14 minus 14.285,714, and we want it to 1 decimal place, so this is our decider. So you can see this becomes minus 14.3. Okay, so this is worth 2 marks. Let's do a little tally as we do, which is in last year's exam paper we needed 31 marks in total to get a grade 3, 11 marks per paper. So that's what we'll do. We'll add a little tally. So we've banked 2 marks. We want to get towards a grade 3 first. Here is question 2. If you need more time, press pause. Question 2. Expand and simplify. So what we need to do is each arrow represents a multiplied. So arrow means multiply. So we've got step 1 is expand all the brackets. And then step 2 is we collect like terms. And that will help us to simplify. Okay, so we've got 4 times 2m in the next term, and then we have the next term, and then we'll have the last term. So we're going to have 4 terms here. So 4 times 2m is 8m. 4 times minus 3a. So we've got a positive and a negative, which gives us a negative. 4 times 3 is 12, and we've got a there. Then we've got 5 times a. So 5 times a is 5a, and they're both positive, so this stays positive. Then we've got 5 times 2, which is 10. So they're both positive, plus 10. Okay, so we look for like terms here. You can see there's an a term here and an a term there. So we've got minus 12 plus 5 here. So you've got 8m minus 12 plus 5 is the same as 5 take away 12, which is minus 7. So this becomes minus 7a, and then you've got plus 10. And that is my final answer. And that would be worth at least 2 marks. Doesn't have anything there, but that would be a 2-mark question minimum. So that's 4 marks banked. Let's go to the next question, question 3. Okay, so if you need more time, press pause. Question 3, work out 2 1/4 divided by 3 over 5. So we've got step 1 is we need to make them improper fractions. Improper fraction. Step 2 is we do keep, change, and flip. We keep the first one the same, and then change the divide to a multiply, and then we flip it. And then step 3 is we simplify. So you've got 2 times 4 equals to 8. Then add the 1. 8 plus 1 gives us 9. So this becomes 9 over 4 divided by 3 over 5. So we can do keep 9 over 4, change, and then we flip this 5 over 3. Now we look to simplify. Can I simplify vertically 9 and 4? There's nothing common between them. In terms of 4 doesn't go into 9 without a remainder. 5 and 3, same thing. Then we look diagonally, 4 and 5. They don't have anything. We look at 3 and 9, and we can simplify here. What number goes into 9 and 3? It's 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then we have 5. 3 goes into 3 once. So I hope that's clear. 9 goes divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that's simplified. Then you got 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 1 is 4. Now, if we look at the question, it just says work out. So we can leave it like that because it just said work out. If we did need to simplify or change it back to a mixed number, then how many 4s go into 15? 4, 8, 12. That's 3 times. Remainder 3 over 4. So usually that would be a 2-mark question as well. So let's add that to our tally. 1, 2 marks. So we've banked 6 marks so far. Let's go to question number 4. Question 4. Raise an algebraic term to the power of 0, or simplify this. That's what we need to know. So simplify this, and again, anything to the power 0 is always 1. So that's just a trick question there. Looks complicated, but once you spot that there's a power of 0, it becomes 1. So that would usually be a 1-mark question. I know it's not there, so that's 1 mark. So we've got 7 marks. We are 4 marks away from a grade 3. Question 5. Off you go. Question 5. Factorize the following quadratic. So we've got a quadratic here, which is x squared. So we need to factorize this. So we need to, step 1 is look at the numbers, the pair of numbers that make 30. factor pairs for 30. Okay, so it's our number part. This is our step 1. Step 2 is we look at the x term and which pair makes the x term, in this case 7. Which pair makes 7? And then we got plus and minus, so the larger number will have the positive sign. Actually, that would be our step 3. So step 3, we put it in double brackets, and the large number carries the sign. Okay, so what makes 30? 30 is 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10. Anything else? 4 doesn't go in, 5 does go in. 5 times 6. Anything else? I think that's it. Now we look at the pairs. Step 2, 1 and 30, does that give us 7? No, they don't. 2 and 15, do they give us 7? They don't. 3 and 10, does that give us 7? Yes, they do. 10 take away 3 equals to 7. So you can see that pair is possible. Let's look at the next pair just to be sure. 5 and 6, are they connected to 7 in any way? No, they are not. So we could, so now next step, step 3 is we put it in brackets. We've got x, x, we've got 10 and 3. And so it's plus 7, so the bigger number will have plus, and the smaller number will have minus. So we've got x plus 10, x minus 3. Now this skill is really, really important. If you have a question like this, you're very, very lucky. Otherwise, this skill is required for some of the harder questions. So some of the grade 7, 8, 9 questions, you need to be able to do this. So it's really important that you master that skill. So this question would, does it have any marks? It would usually be worth 2 marks at least. So let's add that to our tally. 1, 2. So we are now on 9 marks. Let's go to question 6. All right, a few comments in chat. Appreciate the comments there, sentiment. All right, have a go at question number 6. All right, question number 6. Simplify 3x squared y to the power 5 to the power 3. Now, we've covered this question in previous live sessions. So because of the cubed, it means everything inside the brackets we need to do 3 times. So step 1 is I'm going to write them out. And you can obviously do these short, much quicker in your head as well. So you don't need to follow my steps if you're confident in it, but this is what I'm going to do. Step 1, write them out. Then step 2, put each like term together. And so I'll have the numbers, then I'll have x's, and then I'll have y's. And then step 3, I will calculate. So I've got here 3x squared y to the power 5. I need to have this 3 times. 3x squared y to the power 5. 3x squared y to the power 5. So this means multiply. So I'm going to put the numbers together now. 3 times 3 times 3 times x squared times x squared times x squared. Y to the power 5 times y to the power 5 times y to the power 5. Now usually This is the bit where students make a lot of mistakes. They usually forget that it's 3 cubed. That's where a mistake usually happens. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Remember, it's a calculator paper, so you can use your calculator. These are all x's, so because the base is the same, we add the powers. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives me 6. So it's x to the power 6. And then this is y. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives me 15. 5, 10, 15. So y to the power 5. So my final answer is 27, x to the power 6, y to the power 5. Okay, well done if you got that right. That's worth 2 marks. Again, don't worry about, take your time, because these are questions that you can get correct. So take your time, don't lose marks. That's the unfortunate thing, especially on things that you know how to do. Losing marks is very, very painful. 1, 2 marks, so we got 5, 10, 6 marks, 5, 10, 11 marks. So we've banked a grade 3. We need another 5 marks to bank that grade 4. Let's continue. Question 7, expand and simplify. So step 1 is, again, similar to before. We're going to write it all out because we've got a squaring, and then we multiply out each term. And then we will collect like terms and simplify. So I've got x minus 4, x minus 4. So this is x times x, second term, a third term, and then a fourth term. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 4 is minus 4x. Minus 4 times x is minus 4x. Then we've got minus 4 times minus 4. A negative and a negative makes a plus. 4 times 4 is 16. Now we've got an x term here and an x term, so these are like terms. So because they are x's, I can ignore the letter. Minus 4 take away 4 gives me minus 8. This is an x squared term. There's no x squareds here. So this is x squared minus 8x. And this is a number term, plus 16. So that is my final answer. X squared minus 8x plus 16. All right. Hope that's okay. Let's go to the next question. Okay, question 8, work out. So with all of the practice papers, so far I've not seen a question like this. And this is something that I've seen come up very, very regularly. So in my opinion, there's a 95% chance that this will appear. So do become confident in using your calculator. So let's put this in there. You got 2.56 plus 3.50. And I have, let me start again because my square root is missing. 2.56 plus 3.50, 8.765, take away 6.78. You can see that, and then press the equals button. That gives us 1.24. Write out all the digits. 1.240154. 521, and the question says write all the digits, and that's it. So that's our 2 marks. let's add that to our tally. One, two, so we've got 5, 10, 13 marks. Let's go to the next question. Question 9, worth 3 marks, and you can see a lot of text there, so take your time, be very, very careful. Off you go. Question 9, John changes some money to euros. John changes some money to euros. The exchange rate is £1 to 1.16 euros. So we've got this here. When in Amsterdam, John uses his credit card to pay for a ring costing 850 euros. He has to pay a bank charge of £3.50 for using his credit card in addition to the cost of the ring. Work out the total cost in pounds of the ring and the bank charge. So we've got that. So what I would do is step 1 is I am going to align my exchange rate, or step 1 is to find the exchange rate, which is £1 equals to 1.16 euros. Step 2 is I'm going to align my amounts like place value. Like place value PV. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for 850 euros. Does it go on the underneath pounds or does it go underneath euros? And you can see 850 goes underneath euros. Okay, and so now you can see what am I working out. So then step 3 is find the missing value. He has to pay a bank charge and then add the bank charge. Step 4, add bank charge. Okay, so what is my conversion here? I can either go this way or I can go this way, either way. Okay, so how do I go from this to this or from this to this? So you can play around with your calculator. You can do many ways. You could do 116 divided by 850. You know, it's looking like 0.1. Clearly that doesn't look right. Do 850 divided by 116 gives us 7. No, I put the wrong digits in the 850 divided by 1.16. That looks better now. 732. So just play around with your calculators and then something will look right, clearly. So I'm gonna double check, did I do the other one right? 1.16 divided by 850. And you can see that's a very small number. So whichever one looks right, clearly it's going to be the bigger one. So 850 divided by 1.16 gives me 732.75. So I can multiply by this. You could also go the other way. How do I go from 1.16 to this? It's always the same number. So it's always the same number. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do divide by 1.16. So I'm going to do 850 divided by 1.16. That gives me 732.756. So I'm going to write both of these, everything down, 7.32.7586. Now, usually pounds and pennies, so it's 2 decimal points places, so 732.76 is my final answer there. Okay, and if you wanted to double check, you can see 1.16 times by the same number. All right, so that's my step 1 exchange rate. I've got that. Step 2 is I've got align it. So I've got my 850 euros. Find the missing value. So this is in pounds. Step 3 is I need to add my bank charge. So I've got 732.76 plus bank charge of £3.50, which is equal to 732.76 plus 3.5 gives me 736.26, and that is my final answer. 736.26. Well done if you got that right. That's worth 3 marks. One, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 16. We've just spanked our grade 4. Well done if you've done that. Let's go to the next question, and you can see that it's getting much more. This is worth 4 marks, and there's much more words involved now, much more problem solving kind of question. Question 10, off you go. Okay, question 10. We have a shop sells bags of crisps in different size packs. There are 18 bags of crisps in a small pack, which is what we've got here. 20 bags of crisp in a medium pack, which is what we've got there. 26 bags of crisp in a large pack. We've got that here. Which size pack is the best value for money? You know, this is like an essay. You could just scribble out this, scribble out this, scribble out this, scribble out this, because all of the information is here. That looks so much better to the eyes and the mind. You just need to look at these really, and this sentence. So unpack this. Which size pack is the best value for money? So you can see 18 packs, 18 bags, £4 for each pack, 20 bags, £4.99 for each pack, and 26 bags, £6 each. So what we want to find out is they're all different. So we need to look for a common thing. So we need to work out what one bag is. What is one bag? What is one bag here? And what is one bag here? If we have that commonality, we can work this out. So this is going to be £4 divided by 18, because there's 18 packs here. So we can put that into our calculator. 4 divided by 18. That gives us 0.2, but be very careful, it's got a dot on top there, which is recurring, which means it's 0.2222. So in terms of pounds and pennies, it's 0.22. The next one, we've got 4.99, so 4.99 divided by 20 bags. And so we do 4.99 divided by 20 bags, gives us 0.2495. So that rounds up to 0.25. The next one is £6 divided by 26. So that gives us 6 divided by 26. That is 0.230769, which becomes 0.23. And so which one is the best value? So we're looking for, if you're buying something, you want it to be as low as possible. 0.22, 0.25 or 0.23. The lowest is this one here, which is 18 bags. So which size packet is the best value for money, which is 18 bags? Okay, so that is the thing that we are looking for. Now, there are other ways to work this out. I'm not going to confuse you by saying anything, but you just have to be careful in terms of the key concept here. The key skill is that we have to compare by the same thing, compare with the same amount. So in this example, the way I worked it out, I worked out one bag. So in one bag was 0.22, one bag for this one was 0.25, and one bag for this one was 0.23. There's other ways where you make all the bags the same, so that's like a multiplying method. So you could also use a multiplying method. All right, how much time do we have today? All right, I am gonna have to end this session soon because I don't want it to be too late. It's a short session today, so I'm gonna end it here. In the description of the video are the test papers, and I will do some more live sessions where I will hopefully cover Mr. Bennett maths papers. I've got them, as well as Hannah Kettle and a few more others if I can find them. So I know you've had loads of exams yesterday and today, so hopefully today just helps you with your revision. Take care, everybody. Take care. All the best. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.